Need to match your Airtable customers with the right QuickBooks IDs without doing it manually? This video shows you how to use tools and MCPs in Relay.app to find and sync customer IDs instantly. Check it out. Welcome back. I'm Zack from InnerDev Solutions. We help businesses streamline their processes using custom no-code tools so you can focus on what matters most. To learn more, you can visit our website, innerdevsolutions.com, or use the link in the description below. In this quick tutorial, I'll show you how to use tools and MCPs within Relay.app, specifically the QuickBooks Find Customer tool to automatically match missing customer IDs in Airtable. If you're building invoices in QuickBooks from Airtable data, having the right customer ID is critical, and Relay makes it easy to automate that step. If you don't have a Relay account, you can create one for free using the link in the description below. Once you're signed in, a couple things you need to do. Again, for this video, I'm going to be using Airtable and QuickBooks specifically, but you can create this workflow with other tools, SmartSuite or a different database tool, and different invoicing tools and accounting softwares like Wave and Xero as well. And if you're just going to follow along and you want to implement the tools and MCPs in a different workflow using neither Airtable or QuickBooks, you can follow along and we can get you at least started and set up to a certain point, all within this video. First thing we need to do once you're in Relay, there's this apps button on the left side. We want to authenticate and connect Relay to whatever apps and tools it is that you are trying to use. So first thing we need to do, I'm using QuickBooks. We'll go to QuickBooks and you'll add connection. From there, it'll prompt you to log into QuickBooks. You can do the same thing with Airtable as well. And within Relay, you can actually make these connections directly within the workflow that you're creating, but this is a good place to start. Once you have connected your Airtable and Quick applications, we can go up to here and click New Workflow. Once you create a new workflow, you will be in a screen that looks just like this. Best practice, make sure you name your workflow something relevant to whatever it's doing. I just have really simply get customer ID. The trigger, this is the thing that starts off the initial workflow. This could be any number of things. We could potentially have a webhook if you want to trigger it from Airtable manually. If you've decided that, oh, I know I have this customer within QuickBooks, but I don't have the ID here in Airtable, we could click that button and it will trigger this workflow. I'm going to keep it simple. In Airtable, I have a few customers here, all without QuickBooks IDs. All I'm going to do is bring in the connected app, which is Airtable, when the record first meets the condition in this case. And when the record first meets the condition, then I need to select my table that's within the base Relay tools and MCPs and customers table. I found my base. Here's my table that I'm going to select, and I'm going to add some filters. First one is if the QuickBooks ID is empty. Obviously, I need to be able to go look for it, and I only really want to do that if it's empty. That's the first thing. I want to make sure at the very least that it does have a customer name. The customer name is not empty because we need something to search by. Now, that's good enough for now. We can see it's brought in a few preview items, which is basically all of my customers in this case because they all have a name and they all do not have a QuickBooks ID. Next step, we can click this add step. And what I'm going to do is go over to the AI step, and then I'm going to scroll down to the custom prompt. And you can see if I back out of it, you can actually call an MCP directly. If I go down here, we can call the MCP tool, but in this case, there is a built-in Airtable tool. So I'll just go back to the prompt. I'm going to change this, and there's a bunch of different options. I would play with it based off your use case, but I like using the Gemini 2.5 Flash. It seems to work pretty well for this specific use case. I'm just going to toggle this off for a moment, and I'll get into that here shortly. But now the next thing that I want to do is it already has this AI has access to the entire record. That's great. And then now I need to be able to give it some instructions. Now I've already tested a prompt, and this is something that you need to work with within your specific use case. But this one seems to work quite well, which is going to search for a customer within QuickBooks. So really simply, I'm just giving it a heading, find matching QuickBooks customer. Your task is to locate the customer in QuickBooks that most closely matches the customer name provided by the Airtable record. Steps, and then we have here, read the customer name from the Airtable input, and then it's just going to search QuickBooks. It goes down to here, extract and return only the QuickBooks customer ID. Here's the output format, which is QuickBooks customer ID. This is probably a little bit longer than it needs to be, but it seems to work. If no match is found, respond with this. And then here's the tool. We want to go connected apps, over to QuickBooks, and find customers. Now from here, I really only want to find one customer at a time for this. And we can select let AI use all fields, but I don't think we need to do that. We can get a little more specific. There's a few things here. We want to look at maybe the display name. We can look at the email address and the phone number because I provided both of those in Airtable. So we can see phone, email, customer name, and I'm also going to pass in the billing address as well, or search for the billing address. These are all fields within QuickBooks that we can search for. I'll hit save. I've got my model specified, and now we can see the tool that it's going to use is this find customer. Now, in our case, it's going to be really simple. We're just going to look for a single response format of the QuickBooks customer ID. But if you click this, toggle on this auto generate, it'll read our prompt and determine or try to determine what we need. And it looks like it's having some issues for some reason, which is fine. I will just add it. It's going to be text field. We'll just call this customer ID, and I'll hit save. And I want to make that required, and we can hit done here. Now that we have this step set up, we can move on to our third and final step, which is going to be update the customer record within Airtable. We need to go to Airtable, look through our different options here. We've got an update a record, and the record we're going to update is this one here from step 1. And you can use this auto suggest, but I'm just going to add the field QuickBooks, hit this plus icon. I go from the AI output, QuickBooks customer ID, and that's all we're trying to add. I'll hit done. I'll go to start a test run, and we can see if this will actually work for us. And we can select any of these options here. I'll just pick this Bill's Windsurf Shop, and I'll start the run. And you can see that the test has been triggered, but I did that manually. Calling the prompt, looks like the tool was successful and the update was successful as well. That's good news. We can see that customer or QuickBooks ID is 2 here. If we go into customers, look for bills, and right here is bills. If I select it, you probably cannot see this within my window here because it's in my URL bar. But once you go into the customer and select it, you can see the URL, and it will say QBO Intuit app customer detail. But at the very end, it will say name ID or customer ID, something like that, with an equals. And in this case here, it has a value of 2. So I can assume that's going to be the correct value. And if we went ahead and created an invoice and used that ID to look up the customer, it would be successful, and it would find that customer specifically. We can test this one more time, go back into editor, start a test run, and you can see that it's dropped Bill's Windsurf Shop now because it no longer meets the conditions because it does have a value in QuickBooks ID. So in this case, I'm going to click this Amy's Bird Sanctuary. Again, it looks like it was successful. If I go into it, we can see it's added the QuickBooks ID inline for us there as well. I've also ran one more test. You can see that it will also search by other fields that we specified, like email address. I went in and changed Bill's Windsurf Shop to just Bill's Windsurf to see if it would work, and it did. And the reason for this, if I select the prompt here and then go down to view the conversation, if I scroll through, we can see that it actually called the tool looking for the customer, but in this case, it actually used the email address. So it was intelligent enough to realize it didn't find it based off of the customer name, but it was able to find it based off of the email address. Went through, grabbed all of the data, and added it to Airtable for us. That's the benefit to using a tool or the MCP server in this case, is it uses its own reasoning and logic to identify in our case, customers, but records using different search methods so that you don't have to program that in yourself. It is very valuable and useful to start to understand how these tools and MCP servers can improve your workflows and allow you to build a little bit faster, and it's more accurate in some cases. As AI develops, as Relay develops, I believe these tools will become even easier to use and more useful. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more tutorials in the future.